almost falls down. Throws to the end zone.
It will change, and I'm not trying to tell you something. It's going to change. It's not like that. Okay, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from. It will change. And it will change because they wanted to change, not because of me. It will change because they want to be champions.
Smith in a gun, the ball on his left hip. Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking, got it, post, and it's good! Touchdown, 49! Vernon Davis with the play of his life! It all comes to this fourth down. 4th and 4 at the San Francisco 10. Ryan in a shotgun. Rodgers to his left. 3 receivers right. Ryan takes the snap. Looking, pressure, throws middle. Broken up, biting. Navarro Bowman. And the 49ers silence the house.
Yo, fucking twats. We're back. We were just sitting here around the house here discussing how we have absolutely nothing to talk about. So we'll see.
Those usually end up being the best episodes.
Usually these will be the best or the worst episodes of all time.
Or the worst.
Yeah. So here we are. We're still watching this game, and it's getting into the third quarter, so you know things are going to get really awful shortly. And that's that. So in a few days from now, approximately 4, the 49ers have already traveled to Houston, and they will be performing.
Or 3 days.
Or 3 days? It's
Or
Thursday? Oh, no, it's Wednesday. You're right. Sorry. I was thinking Sunday, but you guys just said Saturday. Sorry.
It is Saturday. I don't know what time it is.
Probably late because Houston's 2 hours ahead, I think, right?
Yeah.
Maybe an hour. I don't know.
The starters should end up playing the whole first quarter. If it was up to me, they wouldn't play at all.
I
But
agree.
that does give us a little bit more entertainment than the last game where Garoppolo only played 1 series.
What would you do if Jimmy Garoppolo died in this next game? Would you burn that shirt you're wearing?
Of course not, no, because he would still be my dude, and I'd be looking forward to next season. But
He would go down in history.
if he died,
Yeah, like out in the field.
I guess
He would go down in history because you'd have like all the best numbers of everything.
Yeah.
He's never been
Yeah.
beaten.
He'd go down with the best winning percentage.
Yeah, he
of
would
all
go
time.
to definitely Hall of Fame. How do you not go to the Hall of Fame with a winning percentage like that? I mean, Steve tells us all the time the numbers he had last year were better than Brady.
They were.
How is he not Hall of Fame?
He was amazing.
Hall of Fame. First ballot Hall of Famer. Not on some fucking TO shit.
And I think it's hilarious that people think Deshaun Watson's better. Absolutely hilarious.
How many games has he started?
About the same. I think he started 6 games last year. I don't know what the record was, but his claim to fame is that he threw 19 touchdowns to only like 4 interceptions.
I almost just said something that I would 100% regret saying.
What?
I'm not saying it. Absolutely not.
Was it racist?
No, not at all.
Damn.
Not remotely. It's something that would have totally led to Jimmy Garoppolo getting hurt. For sure. There's 100% chance that what I was going to say would 100% get Jimmy Garoppolo
We would have been like Mike Curran. Listen back to every fucking preseason episode. Find what
There's
Rob
no
said.
way I wouldn't have fucking... For sure on Saturday it would have happened.
Deshaun Watson did 7 games.
7 games last year. He came in. I think he started 6. He came in halfway through.
Well,
1.
let's not forget that Colin Kaepernick was the next greatest thing in the
How many
NFL.
TDs did Garoppolo get? Do you know?
I think he had 7.
I think it was
touchdowns.
100.
7 to 5.
7 to 5 ratio.
It
Yeah.
was right around 100.
I think he's still throwing touchdowns, just like on a repetitive loop.
Deshaun
Who,
had,
Deshaun Watson?
No, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh,
Deshaun had 19.
yeah, 19 touchdowns.
And like 4 for sure. It was 4 or 5.
1,700 yards.
Dude, what the Red Sox are doing right now is absurd.
Do they ever lose?
It's absurd.
I look every like 3 days, and it's like, what's the win streak at?
I don't even... 100 million? I don't know.
I gotta check it.
I mean, they're like 53 games above 500. It's fucking ridiculous. They could pretty much just stay home until the postseason.
Yeah, because I don't. Do you know where I get my baseball news? From the Bodega Boys podcast, and they are They're from the Bronx. So they're diehard Yankee fans, so they always kind of like say what's going on with the Red Sox, and that's where I get my baseball news from those cats. It's
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's undeniable.
It's they make it out that way, and I'm like, again, I don't know what's really going on.
And it doesn't matter who gets hurt. It doesn't matter who's playing. Doesn't matter who starts. They just keep going.
All right, let me ask you this: as a fan, are you concerned when teams are usually this good that when it comes to the postseason they never get it done?
Not at all.
You think they're gonna take it this year? They're taking a crown.
It feels like they can't lose. It's like their ace goes down, they go on a 6-game winning streak. Their MVP's out for a month, they just win. Like it doesn't matter who's playing. It doesn't matter who's playing.
That's dope. Good for you. Could you imagine getting them both in 1 year?
Whew. I remember I had a couple years there where we were both pretty good. But
yeah.
It actually is tough because when they're good, it makes the beginning of football season
really hard.
A little more hectic.
Yeah.
Like once playoffs start and there's playoff baseball and not playoff football, but there's only 16 football games, so they become super important each game. Mm-hmm. Like right now, if I miss a baseball game, who gives a shit? There's fucking 161 more, or however many fucking games there are. But if you miss a football game, it's way more important.
You know, I'm looking at the Red Sox right now. They're 10 games in front of the Yankees.
And the Yankees are the third best team in baseball. It's not like they're 10 games ahead of a shitty team.
Wow, that's wild.
The Yankees have like a 10-game lead on the wild card.
Well, I don't know how you do it for all those games all year round. I couldn't do it.
You just have to be a little more casual about it.
Yeah.
You can't watch every game.
Yeah.
I would lose my fucking mind.
No, you just check the scores, and then when you're home, you watch a game. I'll listen to it. Like when I leave here, I'll put it on the radio.
Yeah. I could see that.
You just check.
That would be hard for me though, because I'm either all in or I'm really just not in.
Yeah, I mean you can't be all in.
It's a different sport.
It's just not possible.
It's a different sport. But I can't. I mean, we could talk about golf. I can tell you that right now. We could talk about that tournament all day because that shit was dope. Did you think he had it?
Tiger? I thought the lead was a little bit too much. If there was like another stroke or two there, I think. But I don't think I ever really got to the moment where I was like, he's going to win this damn thing.
I'm going to tell you what I felt. I felt that Brooks Koepka, I feel like you weren't going to shake him. Everybody else felt the Tiger effect. Like the crowds yelling. Like even Adam Scott missed that last putt to par and hold tie with Tiger. But I just think the fact that like, oh shit, this cocksucker's back. Like I think that fucked a lot of people up mentally.
Yeah.
I think the fact that he's playing this well means that he's about to get caught on some shit.
Wouldn't shock me.
Something's gonna happen.
But
he's gonna get in a golf club war with a girl again. Fucking rally somebody's lawn with his truck. Something's going down.
Supposedly he almost wins his deal. Birdies the last hole, walks off the course, kisses some woman. Nobody knows who she is.
Oh yeah.
And then he goes and does things that he's never done before. He hugged the winner. Like he's never done that. He's never smiled.
Out slaying fucking waitresses at the fucking local Perkins.
High on Oxycontin like a motherfucker.
So I'll just say this. The last time we recorded, the big mystery was when the fuck they were going to produce embroidered Jimmy Garoppolo jerseys.
Do we have them?
Nope. And I have spent my own free time waiting on hold to talk to Nike. Going into the Nike chat with a Nike representative.
You are that type of motherfucker that would just those people had to be like, are you kidding me, sir?
No,
do you have a problem?
That person on chat 100% had a conversation with a coworker and a friend about the fucking lunatic that spent the time to go on to chat to ask about a Garoppolo
believe
jersey.
These people?
I not only talked to Nike, I tried talking to the NFL shop.
All right. Well, I expect some fucking dates.
No answers at all.
Wait, hold on. Why don't we get him on? Get me on the phone with him.
Well, I guess I'll be the only one supporting Garoppolo come week 1, huh?
Or we could get screen printed and be a trash bag like you, my friend. Well, you know what I mean?
Or you could just not. I mean, I guess you could just wear your fucking Crabtree jerseys or whatever you guys plan on wearing. I don't know.
That jersey's in the atmosphere, my friend. So
I got a few that never gone bad.
Wait, hold on. What do you got? Give me something.
I got nothing, man.
I mean, I'm sure your Carlos Hyde jersey is going to be great week 1.
That's kind of
you guys are really fucking going on.
No, that went to Goodwill, so fuck you, man. They leave the team, the jersey goes.
So what do you got? What's week 1 then?
I don't think Joe has anything. The only one that you have that I don't think has gone bad is your Willis.
I got Steve Young.
You got Kaepernick.
I got a couple Steve Young. My Kaepernick is a child's medium I found in a Kohl's on sale for $7, no joke, and it fit me, so I bought it. But I would never wear it out; it just hangs.
And you bought it right before he got cut?
Probably.
Your jersey luck is uncanny.
I got a Kaepernick from the height for the kid.
Yeah.
Should fit the little one this year.
Nice. And they're part black. And that's
Yeah. And I got a Patrick Willis. That's still good.
I got the Patrick
Do you have your
Willis.
sons
Really?
watching football? Do they watch or not,
Not
really?
really. They know what it is.
Yeah.
Like if they come in the room, they say football.
Do
know
they
football.
understand any of it?
No.
No interest or just too young?
Too young.
Yeah.
I mean, he played. The older one plays soccer, which means he stands on the field and sometimes kicks the ball. You know, like it's just
Sometimes.
not. There's no.
Right.
He'd rather stand there and talk to his friends.
Right.
He definitely doesn't know which goal he's supposed to go towards.
I told you I got
No
caught.
matter how many times we tell him to go that way, that doesn't matter.
I got caught in the net when I was a kid. Straight up. I'm not. It's not a joke. It's not exaggerating. Me being funny.
That sounds like a drug reference. Like he got caught in the,
Caught in the net.
Got
No.
caught in the net.
I was like playing goalie, and I had my hands like, oh fuck, you know how many times I knocked these plants over? I had my hands like this, and they came and they scored. My hands just stayed like that, and they're like, "Is this little retard really stuck in the net?" And the coach and some other parent had. It took like 2 people to get me out. I really had a mess. It was fun.
you played fucking goalie.
Only once. That was the only time I ever played goalie in my life. And then when I played high school soccer, I would just fucking follow people. Like I was a little cunt too. I was only like 100 pounds even, but I would average 20 minutes a game. They'd keep me in for less than a half, and I would average like 4 fouls in that time. Foul every 5 minutes. Every time the ball made it to my side, somebody got fucking tackled.
Speaking of getting caught in a net, I don't know why I was watching The Sopranos, and a scene reminded me of something that would happen to you, where he's in Vegas and he takes mushrooms for the first time.
Peyote.
Yeah. And he walks up to the roulette table and he says to the girl that he's with, "It's the same concept as the solar system." And he just hits and hits and hits and hits. I feel like that would happen to Joe. So have you ever been on peyote? And B, have you ever been on peyote in a casino?
Oh, I have been on mushrooms and LSD in many, many casinos. I've never won on drugs.
No?
Never. I one time in a drunken stupor walked into. I've never played roulette in my life. We were in the Bahamas. I was intoxicated in a fucking crazy way. I went on a tear. Like I was hitting numbers. Like I had money, like $5 a hit on the numbers, not on black or red. So I would throw like 50, like $5 on 10 different numbers, and I'd hit like at least one every time. I went up. It was the first night of vacation. I went up $2,000. Like I started with $100. You know what I mean? I went up $2,000. I'm like, I'm gonna buy a fucking Movado. I'm talking all this shit. Next night, I gave it all back in a Gino to my own money. So I've never won gambling on LSD. But I've had other weird shit happen to me that has been like similar experiences where like things have happened in a way that
You can't describe to
yeah,
someone.
it's like, well, if like you know, if that was the fucking craziest, like
it's like dreams, trying to explain a dream
no,
to
I
somebody.
I'll like explain exactly what happened, and Rob is gonna tell me I'm insane and whatever. So me and my buddy Sean Zipper, I used to be friends with this guy Sean, and him and I, he was one of the few guys that I would push the limits of like LSD or mushrooms with. Like we would take more than I normally would. We would go places that you wouldn't, like you really had to trust the person you were doing this quantity of drugs with, because it was like next level. So we had this experience when I lived in West Haven that was like nothing I'd ever been a part of. Like I went to a liquor store, and when I walked in the liquor store, my vision looked like I could only relate it like the Terminator. I saw coordinates and axes everywhere, and there were like numbers ringing when I went up and looked at all the bottles of vodka, and like all the numbers are processing in my head. You know, it was like the movie Beautiful Mind, where there's just numbers like. So we get back to my house, and him and I were like, I felt we were connecting mentally, right? And we were making fun of my dog, right? Diesel. We were making fun of how fat he was. The dog started to whimper in a way that I owned the dog for 7 years. I never saw him cry like that. The dog whimpered. The dog felt bullied and like I felt that being on these drugs, you know what I mean? And the dog cried. We recognized it, and we were like, whoa, this is way too heavy. Whatever's going on here is fucking weird. So we were like, pet the dog, like, this is weird. And like we both walked out of that room like whatever just happened in there wasn't kosher. Very weird. So that's about as weird as it's gotten.
I was really hoping you had a good gambling on peyote story.
Just making a dog, just bullying a dog into
Just bullying
crying.
a dog.
Is this thing working right?
Yeah.
All right, just making sure.
Haven't pulled the ripcord recently.
No punching it. No smashing it on the table.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like it's doing good.
You feel like we're going to get a text later that nothing recorded?
It wasn't making. You see these red lights right there? It wasn't doing that. the
Yeah,
first
just
time around.
to peel back
Those
the curtain.
Well, those only turn on when you get rowdy. The compressor.
No.
When you get rowdy, Joe.
No,
See?
no, I hear you, but all I'm saying is the first half that thing was doing other shit. That's all I'm saying.
Just to pull back the curtain, what? Is it getting rowdy?
Is that better?
No, that shows that we're talking. It's
Yeah,
recording.
I see that, but I don't know.
We're talking about the mixer that we bought for the original mixer that we bought for the podcast way back when. When it showed up, we had to slap it to make it work, and we were just thinking like, this thing's never gonna make it. Here we are.
We can't make it without it.
5 seasons later.
5 seasons later, it's transported to 7 different
We've
recording
recorded
locations.
every time but once with it.
Yeah.
The one time we did it at my house
forgot
with the cell phone.
Yeah, and that wasn't even a mixing problem. That was like an internet problem. Or
Oh,
something.
that was you.
I just
did-
forgot
Yeah,
it.
somebody forgot to
Oh yeah, we
stop.
didn't
I
have
just
the,
forgot it.
That's right, we didn't have the
I
recording equipment
flat
at all.
out forgot it.
The fact that this mixer has made it
our lucky mixer.
6 years is unbelievable.
It's been through the ups and downs.
We had to hit it to make
This
it
mixer
work.
has been through a Super Bowl and back to the bottom again.
It's a Kaepernick relic.
Yeah.
It has. It's been through a Super Bowl and
It's
into
seen
the
everything.
basement.
It's seen everything.
It was there for the lasagna incident.
It sure was.
They got some spill on it.
The lasagna incident. That's like the Guns N' Roses album.
The spaghetti incident. There's no other way to say it. The lasagna incident. I'd like to remanufacture that cocktail. I remember what went into that, believe it or not.
Yeah, everything. Think of everything that you could ingest that would make you not function as a human. That's what you ingested on the way to the podcast. That's the only way I could describe it.
I was in a tight spot. Did the cat
Yeah.
just fall through that box?
Went into the box on purpose.
Casually. It's casually laid in there.
All right, so back to Houston.
Can we talk about... I don't think... We haven't really talked about this much this offseason, but the Seahawks crumbling.
We don't know that they're going to crumble.
I think they've
Fairly
already crumbled.
certain. I think they've already crumbled. They just lost Michael Bennett,
Where'd he
Cam
go?
Chancellor, Richard Sherman, and Earl Mitchell's holding out. Who else? They've lost another key member. I'm not thinking of his name right now.
Was it Earl Mitchell that just like sold his house too? Somebody just sold their house and like bought a house somewhere else.
I don't know who that was.
Yeah, somebody on their way
Or did I
out.
say Earl Mitchell? I meant Earl Thomas. Earl Mitchell's our nose tackle.
Oh yeah,
But
same.
they look to be in like a similar kind of situation that we were in after that fallout from Harbaugh where all the players retired. Not quite to the extent that we were at because they still have their head coach and they still have Russell Wilson, who I think is kind of proven at this point. I don't think he's going to go
He's
down.
proven he can get the job done by himself.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, somebody's going to kill him. I'm telling you that right now.
Their rushing production last year was the worst in NFL history.
Who'd they get?
They drafted overreached for Rashad Penny in the first round, who wasn't even the best running back on the board at the time. I don't even think he was a first-round player. I don't even think he was a second-round player. They haven't done anything to improve the offensive line, and they have a new offensive coordinator, so we don't even know how good Russell Wilson's going to be himself with a new offense. Pete Carroll's getting up there in age.
They're all done.
I don't believe he got one. Fucking burns my ass.
He's a piece of shit.
Yes, he is. I think they're
Real
done.
American piece of shit. That one.
I think they're done for a while. I think Russell Wilson is still going to give people problems, but that's it.
He
That's
ain't getting another ring.
No, you just gave me an idea for something I'd like to work on for this season. Like some sort of Hall of Fame for real American pieces of shit
Johnny Manziel.
involved in the NFL.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, the first.
so not like a weekly one, just like when certain things happen.
right. Like the first.
Because we can add that beast of the week.
no,
American piece
no,
of
you
shit of the
can't
week.
come up with a true American piece of shit every week. It just
Oh,
has
yeah,
to
you
happen.
can.
You could force it, but it's
well,
better
you
when
could
it
just go
happens.
outside of football.
Right? No. It's got to be involved with the NFL, and it's better when it happens organically. Like Johnny Manziel, Pete Carroll, like they're American pieces of shit. They would be in the first class into the Hall of Fame.
Haslam?
Those two.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Jerry Jones is
Who's the racist owner of the Texans?
McNair.
Yeah, he's on
Bob
there.
McNair. I don't want any racists in here. I just want you to be a.
They're
real
not even worthy?
Yeah, no right. Just a
I
piece
don't know.
of shit.
Bob McNair's a real American piece of
Yeah,
shit.
he is.
100%.
Let's be realistic.
He is. He's
Jared
a-
Jones.
You know what? I guess I have to recognize like other areas of the country. He is a real Southern American piece of shit. No question.
Jerry Jones.
You know, like
both Davises, Mark Andow.
Yep.
Real American pieces of shit.
Yeah, we definitely have to do some legwork and writing down who's
Greg
gonna be
Williams.
in the first class. Greg Schiano.
Jeff Fisher.
You know, Jeff Fisher's mustache.
Jeff Fisher might be the first inductee. First year, first ballot, first inductee.
No, Manziel is just he is encompassed, and now he's taking the show to Canada, which is
Vontae's
just
perfect.
No, now he's taking the show to Canada, which is just the most American
Oh,
thing
yeah.
you can do.
But
you know?
5 interceptions in one half, I think.
4. But he did a little better the second game.
And now he's in the concussion protocol.
Come on.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
He should be in the...
Which in Canada, I don't know what that is. They just fucking slap you on the back of the head and send you back out.
You're good. Have a pancake.
Speaking of slapping,
People had to talk Jerry Jones out of drafting him in the first round that year.
2 things.
I got something
Before
on
we
slapping,
change,
so
before
let's-
we change the subject, does Ndamukong Suh make that list? People like that,
They could.
just like filthy, awful, fucking
I
human
mean,
being players.
Yeah, I got to do a little more...
Vontae's
Because
perfect.
just pieces of shit.
Yeah, just
I
true
mean,
pieces of
okay.
shit.
They definitely do, you know what I mean? But
Now, so slapping the ass of a football player has long since been a homoerotic part of football.
Uh-huh.
Have any of you seen the video of the fucking Browns player coming off the field and the coach like grabs his ass? It's
No.
it's not a slap. It's like behind him, so he's like using his left hand like that, like the guy walks past him and he like slides it under his ass cheek and like holds it. Like there's no pat, he literally like slides, like it's very sexual. Like it's the way that like if you're in a new relationship and like you're starting to get physical, and
Yeah.
the way you might slide, you'd probably be facing your significant other when you did it and like reach around and maybe slide up under there. And he did it like, it's almost like he
can't
should be
find
arrested for sexual assault. Like if you did this to a female that you weren't in a relationship with, you would 100% get slapped and arrested. Like 100% you would get arrested for what he did. No doubt, but I guess you would for probably slapping an ass too, which they kind of do. So it's not the same. If you did this to your fucking wife in public, she would slap you, no doubt about it. No doubt in my mind that your
I can't
wife would slap
find
you.
it.
I'll see if I can find it. It's fucking absurd.
They're fucked. That team is so fucked.
I gotta think about where I saw it now. I
That's-
gotta find it.
That's good, though.
This is what I'm gonna search. Browns ass.
Did anybody see the guy
Because that's how
Brown
great
ass.
the internet is.
Be careful. Put that S on there.
Oh, well, the first link
Don't
that came
do
up with
brown
no, the
ass.
first link that came up was an X video, and then
So-
Hugh Jackson to Antonio Callaway. I'm gonna have your ass if you're lying.
Did you see the guy that jumped over the fence at the zoo and slapped the rhino on the ass in L.A.?
I heard about it.
And yeah, and now they're gonna have press charges. They're gonna arrest him for trespass. They first wanted to get him on animal cruelty, and they were like, "Yo, he casually slapped 1,000 or fucking a 2-ton animal." You know what I mean? Like, come on, the animal ain't fucking hurt. But yeah,
Where am I gonna find this?
yeah, dude, I don't know. It was weird. I tried a couple different Googles.
Different all the Googles.
Well, no, a couple. Like, Browns player or Browns coach molests
Google 1,
player's
Google 2.
ass, fingers, fingered. Steve, I was shopping the other day trying to waste some money.
Yeah.
And I almost bought cleats, and then I decided I didn't want to be a cunt.
I don't know. I didn't do too well in them. I think I'm going back to the regulars next year.
Roman, do it barefoot.
What do you guys think about
We'll do the barefoot challenge this Thanksgiving.
When is our bye week?
I don't know. That's a question for Chris.
I hope you guys have been training because I really am sick of just blowing you guys out every year. It's just getting old,
I've been less active this summer than last summer.
I'm
so-
way fatter than I was, which means I'm probably going to beat you even worse because last year I was by far the fattest. And I won the foot race. I mean, Jesus. Of all the ones I expected to win, the foot race was last on the... I thought maybe I'll get third. Maybe.
I'm in slightly
if I'm
better
lucky.
shape.
And-
Slightly.
Our
and-
week is
And fucking Carl Lewis shows up in fucking cleats and still gets smoked.
November 19th.
A little bit later than usual.
Week 11.
Oh, good. We got more time to train.
You said we're bringing it down here this year.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Bring it to the hood.
You got a location? Shun? I don't know why I just said it like
I'll
that.
have a location by week 1 so you can scope it out.
Hold on, let me see if the players
We're gonna
made
get
it
a tour
easier for us to
test
find.
Yeah, test the wind patterns.
Make sure it's nice and muddy and wet.
Oh yeah, because you
Just how we
motherfucker.
like it.
Yeah, you guys had to fix in
Who's
up there.
number 11 on the Browns?
Well, it was Terrell Pryor.
It was, yeah. And Yeah.
Just wait.
Yo, no question. I would do that to my wife if we were at a party or a bar and I wanted to have sex with her on the way home. Like, that's something I might do.
What the fuck?
Straight up.
Send
Straight
that.
up.
Oh, can you send that to group text so current?
No, it's like on someone's story. I'm gonna see if I can find it though.
Okay, so you didn't take that video
No,
of
no,
the
no, no.
video.
Nope.
What the fuck?
What is Pettis?
Oh, it looks like it was on Hard Knocks.
Oh, was it? I didn't see the
What
second
was
episode yet.
Pettis? What was coming out of his helmet?
His hair. He's got blue hair.
Who's the
White guy, black guy,
He's a light skin brother.
Mexican brother
Yeah.
with blue hair.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have a new motherfucker. What's this guy's name?
Dante
Dante
Pettis.
Pettis. Let's get a gander. Let me get a gander.
He strikes me as kind of like a artsy kind of guy.
Okay, I can roll with that.
Yeah.
That might be right where I'm at.
Yeah, there he is right there. You see the blue coming out of his helmet?
Oh yeah, it's definitely Joe's.
You got him?
It's definitely no. That's your guy.
He's not like a big shit talker, though, so
You don't know.
I don't know if Joe's going to really...
Was Michael Crabtree?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he looks like a soccer player. He doesn't look like a fucking football player, that's for sure. And he's in baseball uniform, and he doesn't look like a baseball. He looks like a soccer player.
Yeah, he's got a pretty slight frame.
Yeah, but I mean, he looks fit for sure. But
Well, he's a multi-sport athlete.
I mean, he looks like a happy guy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Too happy for you. Like, you kind of like the
You don't know. Yeah,
pissy guys with attitudes.
I did. Maybe I'm turning over.
Some people
a new
call them
leaf.
cunts.
Or cunts.
Yeah, I know people that are good at what they do.
What do you guys think of the John Gruden experiment down there in
I
Oakland?
can't wait till it blows up.
He goes out and he gets Jordy Nelson and Doug Martin and Martavis Bryant, and there's a few others, just older, the Pro Bowl 2013 team. He just went out, Marshawn Lynch, who was already there.
He was there, yeah. But then he let Crabtree go, which you would always have thought Crabtree would have been a Gruden guy. You know what I mean? I could see those two having a good.
I think there was a contract thing there.
Okay.
What? Well, no, because I believe at the time it was they basically let Crabtree walk and paid Jordy Nelson the same amount of money that Crabtree would have gotten on his contract. So
I mean, maybe that's what they're going for with their offense because they are different type of receivers. But
yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on.
who would
there.
you rather have?
As far as what, Crabtree or
Nelson?
Jordy Nelson? At this point in their career, all things considered, that changes the topic.
Right now, today,
as a wide receiver, if I need
what else would you take them as? A human being?
Yes.
No, we're talking football.
If we're talking full season,
Yeah.
I'll take Jordy Nelson. If I need to win one game, I'll take Crabtree.
Okay.
I think Crabtree is a better receiver at this point in his career than Jordy Nelson is, but not so much so to the point
That's
where
fair.
I would
I'll
look
accept
over all
that.
the other shit.
I'll accept that. I'll gladly accept that statement.
And then you got Kirk Cousins in Minnesota now, who people think that they're
That's
just
our
gonna
week one matchup.
Yeah.
And I read a lot of things, and they're saying Jimmy Garoppolo's first loss comes week one, no question. Yo, you got a new quarterback for the first time in a new scheme. Get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck who you think Kirk Cousins is. Not happening, guy.
Case Keenum played really well for them last year.
Week one.
And they think that Kirk Cousins is, just because he's the better quarterback, he's going to play better than Case Keenum played last year. I'm not so sure about that. Maybe he plays as good as Case Keenum did last year, but Case Keenum played out of his mind last year. I don't think that this is an automatic Super Bowl bid because you got Kirk Cousins.
No.
None of us here were crazy about Cousins coming to the Niners, if you remember.
Bud Light trivia. When was the last time Jimmy Garoppolo lost as a starting quarterback?
Never. In college.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm sure I'm sure if we listened to it, they'd say it.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear it? You want me to rewind it?
No, I don't really care.
You don't really care to know the last time he...
No, because all I know right now is that he's undefeated and he's not losing again.
Whoa, is this Steve on the 19-0?
No, I just wanted to get a reaction.
I knew you didn't have the heart for it, guy.
But looking at the schedule, I
can't find that video anywhere.
I was just going to comment on how diligent you were working on that. I was
tried.
like, I can't believe the effort you're putting out.
I think that this week one matchup is bigger than your typical week one matchup.
Is it a Monday nighter?
No, we're actually in the main slate, early slot games with everybody.
1 o'clock games?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, out of here.
Yeah, and
That ruins my day.
Why? You can't watch?
You don't know what's going to happen there. And you said if I kneel the whole time, I could watch.
I asked if you were going to.
Oh. Well, first of all, I highly doubt that week 1 he's employed playing football in the NFL.
I bet he is.
For who?
They're going to carry 3.
They're not carrying 3.
Yeah,
no
for sure.
way.
He won't be on the game day roster, but he'll be on the roster.
yeah, he'll be on the roster
For sure.
I don't think so.
unless they trade him, unless somebody else wants him.
Yeah,
No,
no,
I
and then
think-
he's still going to be on a roster.
there'll be 3.
I think they cut him, and he doesn't get picked up.
No.
Every team carries 3 quarterbacks.
They usually carry a practice squad quarterback.
Right.
And I don't think he's going to go to the practice squad.
I think he is.
I don't think he can.
He spent a whole year last year not in the league.
I don't think he can because he's already been in the league too long. That's like a rookie and like the first 3 years.
There's no
thing.
rule against that.
Okay, you see. Yes, there is. There most certainly is. We've been over this 4 years ago. There is definitely rules as to who can be on. Veteran players can't be practice squatters after they've been on a roster for X amount of time. I'm telling you.
I never heard anything about that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that
It
you're
makes
wrong.
sense because you've never seen like a guy.
Yeah.
And
Quite a
I'm-
similar circumstance.
I'm betting he's passed the qualifications to be on the practice squad, and they're not going to carry 3. They are not. Tell me the last time the Niners carried 3.
Last year.
Who?
And Hoyer, Beathard, and Mullins. Mullins was always our practice
He
squad
was
guy.
practice squad, but
Yeah.
they didn't carry him on the 53.
No.
So
he
they're
never-
not going to carry him on the 53. They won't carry 3. Nobody carries 3. Only 2 in a practice squad.
Yeah, nobody carries.
They're going to have to put somebody else on the practice squad.
Yeah.
A play-
That's a rule that I still would like to know the answer to, though.
A player cannot participate on the practice squad for more than 3 seasons. He is eligible for a 3rd season only if the team has at least 53 players on its active/inactive list for the duration of that player's employment, or have no prior accrued seasons in the NFL. An accrued season is 6 or more games on the active roster, or if he has accrued a year of NFL experience on a club's 53-man roster. So 1 year of experience, and you can't be. That's wording is weird. I can't tell if you can't be a 3rd year if
You can't
If
get
you've
your
had
3rd
1 year-
Yeah. Or if you.
on a yeah.
1 year on a 53-man roster, you're not eligible to any practice squad ever.
It's
You
weird.
can't get a 3rd year.
Yeah.
Is what I
Okay.
think it says. If the player was on the active list for fewer than 9 games during their only accrued seasons, he maintains his eligibility for the practice squad. Interesting.
Because he was with Washington,
That
Cleveland?
wording
Cleveland
sucks.
for 1 game.
right? But who knows how long he was on the active roster? Could have been.
Well,
a
he got
couple- week 1. Oh, okay. So whatever. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. But yeah, what we're talking about is if RG3. How I said I will not watch football, and I stated last episode, and I will not watch live football at this point. I will only watch the day before the podcast until he is released. It has the same standing as Colin Kaepernick.
I think I've talked about this throughout the offseason, but how ridiculously, insanely stacked the NFC is right now compared to the AFC.
Yeah.
It's insane because you got, let's look at the division champs from last year. You had the Eagles, you had the Vikings, you had the Saints, and you had the Rams. I think all 4 of those are favorites to win their division, if not be at least a wild card. If the Vikings don't win, Green Bay gets it, and then Vikings get a wild card.
Rams, Niners.
Rams, Niners. Like, I think we could have a good year and miss the playoffs just because there's so many good teams that are further along in their developmental path than we are. Because you got in the North, you got the Packers and the Vikings.
But you
and
gotta,
then-
right off the bat, one thing, you have to just accept that one of these teams is going to burn out with injuries like we did how many fucking times in the past.
True, but that still doesn't leave a lot of room for error.
No.
I think our best.
Here it goes.
I think we have a better chance of winning the division than we do getting a wild card.
Here it is, right there. The last Jimmy Garoppolo loss was in the FCS quarterfinals
2013.
in December 14 of 2013. And he had a hell of a fucking game. 320 yards and 4 total touchdowns when Townsend defeated Eastern Illinois. Wow, huh? fucking long time
The
ago.
team that would be great to implode that was good last year is the Los Angeles Rams. And like I said, I think we have a better chance of winning the division than we do of getting a wild card.
I agree with that.
Practice squads are allowed up to 4 veterans per practice squad.
Oh.
And a veteran is 2 accrued seasons, 2 seasons on a team. And an accrued season is full pay status for 6 or more regular season games.
So we don't know what his status is. But, I mean, he definitely played a full year with Washington.
Multiple.
Okay, so
Yeah, for sure. He's that.
Yeah.
So that they can only have 4 guys like that.
maybe they keep him.
If he's practice squad eligible, they're 100% keeping him.
I guess the next question would be, is RG3 practice squad eligible, right? I don't know if I'll Google it. I don't know if someone would just answer that for me, but
Yeah, that's a very
direct and weird
Yeah.
question. All right. So is it? What do we got for time here?
35.
35.
2 emails.
Eligible.
So
I don't know.
our first 4 games, looking at our schedule, I think we come out of the gate against Minnesota, and then I know the beginning of our schedule is fucking tough. Let me try and pull the schedule up right here. Do I have it? No. Shit, I'm stumbling here.
Hold on. I have something that's saying that RG3 is not practice squad eligible. I don't know.
This is riveting radio. 4 people
I know, I'm
Googling
trying.
and no one talking.
I know, I'm trying here.
Let's talk about Beat Hard running the show on that comeback. Last update was 14-0. Look at it.
All right, so
when
I got
does
it.
Nick Mullins coming? He's got to be in by now.
No, that's Beat
No,
Hard.
it's beat hard.
Week 1 at Minnesota. Week 2 home against the Lions. Week 3 at Kansas City. Week 4 at the Chargers. So
Oh, how do you not see 4-0?
3 of
Oh.
those teams were playoff teams last year.
Chargers, Kansas City, not going to get it done in week 2 with a near rookie quarterback. Just not happening. Should have kept Alex Smith another year.
Only 4 of the players can have 2 accrued season. None of them can have more than 2.
Okay,
Which RG3's got to have more than 2.
he does.
Yeah, so he's out.
All right.
So I'm watching week 1 because ain't
Well,
no
you
way
said
that
only 2,
motherfucker-
so he could still be one of the.
No,
No.
those 4 can only have 2
Okay,
seasons.
gotcha.
If you have
Once
more
you have
than
3
2
seasons, you're done.
Gotcha.
Which is weird. I don't know why you would make that rule.
I knew it.
If you want to pay a guy and he wants to do it and take the money, why, Very strange.
Because it keeps young guys fresh. Or it keeps that open for younger guys. think
Yeah, I
that's
get.
the
I mean, I get that, but if he's better, like if a team wants to pay Adrian Peterson to be their practice squad running back so that they have him if they need him, and he wants to
he's
do
winning,
it,
yeah,
why
no.
can't he do it?
I agree. But
Very strange.
I ain't mad because it'll hopefully get me to be able to watch week 1. You know what I mean?
We have no cupcake matchups this year. Like we're not facing the.
No, you're
fucking
scared of the
Browns.
Chargers?
Chargers are a good team.
Motherfucker. The Chargers won't
They're
win 6
de-
games this year.
They're definitely not a bottom. They're favored to win the division.
You're high.
But our only cupcake games that I'm seeing
Giants?
this year are against the Cardinals.
We play the
And-
Giants.
Yeah, I'm not a believer in the Giants, but I don't think that they're like Brown status or like Jacksonville status back a few years ago.
Yeah, okay, so what other... Tell me what teams in the NFL are cakewalk status right now.
I don't know, I'd have to have a list up. But the AFC East, the Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins, those are cakewalks to me.
So you'd give up 3 cakewalks for a guaranteed super hard game?
I don't know what your question
Like
is.
against the Patriots?
I would give up.
Like, I don't know, I forget it. I don't know. If you had a choice to play divisions.
Oh, I would love
I
to.
mean, I would think that playing the AFC East would be great.
I would
because
love to
you'd
play
get
the AFC
Garoppolo
East.
would get to go back. Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah.
But,
You only got to worry about the Patriots because those other 3 teams are abysmal.
okay. You want to read our 2 emails?
I do
Sure.
want you both to know that last year the Ravens only carried 2 quarterbacks.
Really?
I feel confident that most NFL teams carry 2 quarterbacks.
How long until Lamar takes Flacco's job? I say week 5.
Do you think? Well, I think if they were going to do that, they should just cut Flacco and keep the
I
the
think
2 black guys.
There's a contract thing that they owe him so much money.
It depends on how Flacco's air balls land.
How
Our
bad he
fucking
looks.
playoff run was ridiculous.
The number will change week to week, but the majority of teams carry 3 quarterbacks on their roster, though only 2 will be active on game day.
Really? I was always under the assumption that teams would only carry 2 and then have a young guy practice squad.
Take week 15 of 2015 as an example. 11 teams had 2 quarterbacks on their 53-man roster. Most, if not all, had a third on their practice squad or reserve roster.
Okay.
Of the 21 who had 3, only Carolina had all 3 active.
Regardless, he would still be on a roster, though, if he was on one of those.
Another team in the NFC that is...
So 21, at that point, 21 had 3, and the other 11 only had 2, but those 11 had 1 somewhere else on their staff.
Right.
But he can't go practice squad, so you're right.
Right. I'm just checking the reviews to see if anyone has sent anything, Steven. Have we gotten any reviews that you're aware of?
I have not looked.
Well, I'm currently scrolling. When was the last time we recorded?
July
20-something?
20.
July, not June, right?
25th or something like that? 26th?
Yeah.
In that range?
Let me check my email.
Mid-20s?
How about...
Yeah, like the 25th.
Okay, no problem. We don't have any new ones.
Before we get to that, you brought up the Panthers, and that reminded me of something just funny that I noticed. I'm going to read off the Carolina Panthers record year by year, starting in 2012. Okay, so 2012, they go 7-9.
Now that's the year we did what?
Went to the Super Bowl. 2013, 12-4. So 7-9, 12-4. 2014, 7-8-1.
Fuck out of here with that.
2015, 15-1. 2016, 6-10. 2017, 11-5.
So we're expecting a,
They
a 6 and 10,
They are
7 and 9.
the most consistently inconsistent team I've ever seen. Every other year they make it happen.
Well, fuck them this year. What's our first email?
Sarah.
Sarah DeJulio.
It's not really an email though. Oh yeah, it is.
Kind of is.
Sarah DeJulio, Earthworm Jim. Title. Hi guys. For all the MILFs over 40 who now think, sorry. Oh, but it's no. She said no. Oh, okay, I couldn't piece that together. Who now think they have a chance with Earthworm Jim, I thought we should make them some t-shirts. First Tom Brady, now this older porn star. He only works with the pros. Haven't listened to the podcast yet, but I'm sure you guys made that joke in 50 more. I don't think we did. Anyway, I'm attaching some ideas for a t-shirt. I emailed Mike about this a few months ago, but have just been slow as fuck to actually do it. So for concepts, well, then she gets into, I'm not going to read that. There's no more of this that I think is worth reading. So, okay, Sarah. Well, somebody's doing something with that, I assure you. Or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been busy as fuck, and I saw that. I probably should reach out to her.
Okay.
Sarah, we'll get in touch. We'll talk about some stuff.
We're working it out. Keep breaking Mike's balls. He'll work it out. Matt's, did I call him Mike? Did she say Mike?
Yes,
Mike. I don't know why I just thought his name was Matt. Oh, because
we got Matt
I'm
coming up.
reading Matt Matterson's email. That's why. So 9 days ago, he sent us his season prediction. Since the crew hasn't guessed the final record for the Niners yet, I'm going to make one. The first few games are going to be tough games to win. I think that I could see the team playing better afterwards. Overall, I see a 10-6 team this year. Hopefully it works, and we shall see it Thursday night. Other than that, my new job is a graveyard shift, and I work weeknights, so I will be able to catch the first half of the Cowboys game. That's it. I'm out, really. Well, Matt, you touched on a lot of things that I want to touch on. You're working the graveyard shift. That, you out and about at 4 a.m., is fucking perfect. The people you're going to meet are going to change your life at that hour, my friend. That is when all the freaks come out at night, Mr. Matterson, and you deserve everyone that you meet at that hour. As far as 10-6 is concerned, have a little more faith, my friend. I think, you add those numbers together. 16 is what we're looking at, my friend. 16-0. We have another email, and this is an audio piece. Are you ready here, guy? All right. Chris is going to do his thing here. It's from the only guy that would do an audio piece in the offseason. Matt Madison, of course. Very little thoughts. Let's hear it.
How long is very little thoughts?
Injuries first, and my thoughts of the game.
2.5 minutes.
I was bummed to hear that 2 players before the Cowboys game got injured. Richard Sherman was one of them. The hamstring, bummer, but I won't expect him to play that first game against the Vikings. Maybe Lions or the third game. Who knows? We'll see. It is a week-to-week process. And then some of the injuries in the game. This one concerns me a bit. Kittle's injury. I think another player got the same injury, and looking at both of them, I can't remember the other player's name. Sorry, off the top of my head, but they got injured in the shoulder, and if I'm right, it's not bad, but it could get worse the more hits they take in that same spot. We'll just see.
He's very concerned.
I understand his concern, but for the rest of the year...
Very concerned.
For the rest of the year, every time a player, either on the NFL, either on the
Injured in the
Niners... Yeah, whatever the injury is, it needs to be referred to as injury in the head. Concussions are now injuries in the head.
Injury in the shoulder.
In the hand, in the foot, you get it.
Injury in the hamstring.
So emailers...
Eric Armstead's dealing with an injury in the hamstring.
Correct. And if per se, if a player maybe, had a bad attitude, we'd say he's got, injury in the heart or whatever we might, injury in the attitude, mouth, brain, whatever. So everyone, emailers, take note and make the appropriate adjustments to your emails. Continue.
How it goes in the first game against the Vikings. McKinnon's muscle strain. Dang, this bugs me. Jesus.
Hold on. Pause.
I was hoping.
I've heard more concern, but also that he genuinely sounds more concerned for those players than family members sound about me on a pretty frequent basis. Continue. He's really upset.
See a lot from him this season. When they signed him, but I'm excited that they picked up another veteran running back, Morris, because they need some experienced players on that team, especially in the running back situation. To the game, I can't say much because I saw very little. I saw the Cowboys' first drive, then the Niners' first drive. After that, I couldn't see the rest. I'm hoping that I could see a lot more from the first string against the Vikings. That's all I'm going to say about that. But that said, I am out, really.
All right, Mr. Matterson. I think you need to, no worries. It's preseason. Injuries happen. It's football. Everybody will be back for week 1. I just had to read that about why he called him a white tiger. I was like, it's still fucking stupid as far as I'm concerned. What else you got?
Email us. Get the emails rolling for the regular season. goldbloodedpodcast@gmail.com.
I've already said that. Tell the people something personal about yourself.
Wasn't there 2 Mattersons?
Yeah, we did them.
Yeah, we already did.
There was only one audio.
I wanted 2 audios.
You gotta give him something personal. I'm holding you to that. Come on, I called my father a racist. You gotta come up with something.
I'm trying here.
He did call out his father on something that possibly could get back to him. and could be played back because it's recorded.
Yeah. I don't expect
And in no uncertain terms.
I don't expect that this guy will make it this far, but you never know.
Somebody will tell him.
Yeah. Fuck. Well, don't be a racist. There you go.
Yeah, there's that.
You know?
I got nothing.
All right. Steve
put
has
me on the spot.
honestly nothing. So, goodbye.